Sideline playoff edition, and big show today, but big week for local teams because we're in the playoffs.
My favorite week of the year is when football starts. Second favorite week of the year is when playoffs start.
Yeah.
And then third favorite week of the year is probably my most favorite. Last year, there was like 200 points scored in that game.
That's some ridiculous scores in them games.
I always wonder this. I went and watched Trinity Christian School play a few years ago, and I think they were playing six-man football, and I thought to myself, what if it was when Brayson McHenry was playing? Like, what if like Brayson McHenry, Braylon Stewart, the dude who went to Memphis was playing with them,
Webster.
Like, what if like six of these dudes went out and played six-man football? Like, what would that look like? And there is a team in Texas who will win the state championship this year who plays six-man football. Y'all are going to have to help me if y'all can remember the name of it. Plays six-man football. Doty's going to know. Has 4 committed Division I football players on a six-man football team.
Holy
They
cow,
played an
that's
11-man football team and won.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
With 6 people?
Well, no, they
okay.
have enough.
Played
11
I was like,
yeah.
hold on.
Hey, but evidently they might could have won with just 6 people.
Yeah.
Doty, can you figure out who that is?
Jasper is the name that comes to mind, but I think it's another one.
Yeah, they won it last year too, if I remember right.
Might be Jasper.
Probably start with offense, and there was a lot to choose from. I let Doty it was a lot of even stuff going on. I let Doty choose this week, but he went with Jack Coleman, 16 carries, 208 rushing yards, 4 rushing touchdowns, out there in Sims.
Pretty salty.
Did they make the playoffs? I think they
Yes,
did. They did.
They had to beat Detroit to make the playoffs, and that was a big reason that kind of went into this decision too to pick Jack was that performance against Detroit led them to the playoffs, and 200 rushing yards, 16 carries. I mean, and 4 rushing touchdowns. An incredible night for him, getting the team to the playoffs. I mean, a lot of other guys had phenomenal nights, but I think that night meant the most around the area, especially for the Pirates.
Most valuable to his team that night for sure.
Defensive MVP, and I do have to say, Buddy told us, but hey, be sure you look at Jasper Crane. And when Doty put everything together, he was the obvious choice. Great football game.
Yeah, let me talk about that a little bit. Hooks mollywop decab.
Mollywop.
Oh, here we go.
always
I had to get that
Here
in
we
there.
go.
So, and it kind of goes back, and I really think the kids were fired up last week. Decab was always picked above us for some reason. I don't know why Dave Campbell's was seeing it that way. I didn't see it that way, but everybody else did. We rolled into their town, put it on them. Jasper had a great game. Several Hornets had great games, but it was a big win for the Hornets, and on to the playoffs.
All right, then. Go decap.
At least it wasn't Redwater, huh?
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Let's bring that started.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just letting y'all know next year, Buddy's not going to show up the week after Redwater game. Buddy will not be here. I'm calling it right now. Matt Fry might not show up either.
Well, this is the first time I've been here, so I'm just here because Jay Davis isn't here, and y'all had to get out the B team this morning.
No.
Redwater got 3rd in state.
Hey, shout out to the Redwater band getting 3rd in state. Somebody else placed also.
Atlanta got 4th.
Atlanta. All right, shout
So,
out.
so it's over. They've already.
It was last night.
Oh, it's last night. Okay. Dang.
I had someone. Where was I at? I was in Mount Pleasant, and someone goes, "Hey, what's going on with the Pleasant Grove band?" I was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "But they showed up in an 18-wheeler." It's like, what?
That's right.
It's legit. It's legit.
We did.
Looks good.
Yeah, I mean it's that's part of it. The way it goes now, the band at Pleasant Grove is growing. I mean, we roll in now. It's 4 buses and an 18-wheeler, and that's just what it takes to get everybody down the road with the numbers that we have. And you know, Jay Sutton's done a great job. He was at Redwater for a long time, really established a good tradition there, and then came over to Pleasant Grove. And then the guys that came into Redwater now, they've really kept that going, really pushed those kids to compete and do better and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, went down to state. This is you know, twice in a row they've gone down and placed in the top 3. It's if you make the final 10 at state in a band contest,
That's what I've heard.
It's the equivalent of winning your region in football. It's the same level thing. To do it multiple times, to go down there and perform the way that they do, that Redwater program is just really good, and it's one of those things that when they go out on the field, you know, people are going to pay attention. So shout out to them. They do such a great job. Dylan Davis is their director, and Brandon Martindale, that we worked with a long time out at Liberty ILO, is their middle school program there, and just great group of dudes, and love a lot of those kids. I got several cousins in that band too, and just great group. So yeah, congrats.
And people don't understand on a Friday night what a good band can help out a football team.
They make the atmosphere too.
Absolutely
make the atmosphere.
Atmosphere, and just you know, it's a big third down, and they're playing loud,
right.
and you know, I mean, I consistently talk about
getting
that.
chills right now
Oh, I am
thinking
too.
about it. It's awesome.
It just and you can see the team get behind it and everything. And I thought what was really cool, kind of to piggyback that, is this is, you know, 3rd or 4th year that Coach Stanford's done this, is their last regular season game. Yep. He's had his kids go. I mean, he didn't even talk to them in the inside at halftime. He had them go out. He said, "Watch the high steppers, watch the band as they're coming off. Give them some love. Let them know how much you appreciate them." And the whole coaching staff and everything. I thought that was really cool, and kudos to him.
Keep scheduling Nacogdoches for that last game.
I don't know how much talking you can do.
Don't schedule Marshall for the last one.
Some of that goes there, and that's something I think the band directors are going to get too, right?
Yeah.
Because that is something that I know we have here in Texarkana, is you've got band directors that want to be an active part of the game. Mm-hmm. They watch it, they're part of it, they push that, and you know, and that's, I know Jay Sutton is one of those. He's like, Friday night, we're here to cause problems.
Yes.
And
Saturday, we'll
let
go
me tell you,
competitions.
not everybody gets the memo, because I have been to some games where like somebody doesn't know how to do their job. Mm-hmm. Like their team's on the field, their team's directly in front of them, and they are just playing as loud as they can.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you got to figure something else out.
You'll see that. You'll see that in places. Last year, we're down in Pittsburgh, and our band didn't go. It was a stormy night. There were a lot of things going on with it, but Pittsburgh's band, they gave them a warning from the officials. I mean, right when the game started, for playing loud. And I texted Jay, and I was like, dude, they just told Pittsburgh if they kept playing, they were going to get a flag. And Jay texted me back, glad I'm not there, because we'd be getting some flags.
Yeah, right. So, no doubt.
And I think Josh would be like, we'll deal with it.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, let's get into some round 1 football. Let's start with LE has Malakoff tonight in Mount Vernon. It's going to be a 7 p.m. start on NFHS. Game day and Liberty ILO TV will have that game for you, but not on game day. You got to go to NFHS to get it. Should be the only stream on there, I would imagine. I'm going to have Donovan Brown and Tyler Huff producing that. You calling the game?
Possibly.
All right.
There's a chance.
Okay.
Will cost everybody like $11,
Yeah.
$11.99 or something.
Yeah.
What is it, $11.99 a month?
For a month.
Yeah.
And you can cancel it after the playoffs. Malakoff is 7-3, knocked LE out of the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
I remember doing some really big trash talk.
Get back night.
Yeah, they're still a little mad at you about that from what I
Well,
read.
I mean, hey, they better be glad I didn't know that the last time they had lost was to Brad Willard. Because, oh, man, I'd have been giving them hell. I didn't know that till the night of. I was like, man, I cannot believe I let that slide. But they did have the last laugh. They had a great squad. I cannot believe they didn't win the state championship. I mean, if I just, after watching them play, like, hey, they are clearly the best team in the state in their division, and evidently they were not.
Yeah, they had a rough night that night.
They got beat bad.
They did. Columbus was pretty good, though. But no, Malakoff, obviously we pull them again, but this time in the first round. Both teams a little different. Both teams lose their star quarterbacks. No other way to put it. Us obviously losing Tripp, them losing Mike Jones.
Who?
Mike Jones. Sorry.
But no, two different teams. Malakoff started a little rough early. I know they lost some games early and started to get hot as the season went along. And then kind of same thing for us, kind of rough start. And then as the season went along, kind of found ourselves and found some things we like to kind of win some games. I will say ultimately, outside of the big opponents, Henderson, Carthage, the games we lost, we beat ourselves every single game that we played, whether it be turnovers, whether it be special teams, just things that we can control, and so I think if you go out in this game and you play a clean game, we've played a clean game the past 2 or 3 weeks and we won 3 games in a row. And so I think if you go out and play a clean game, you protect the ball, your special teams, and your offense is able to do their job, then I think you give yourself a chance in this game. Because
I think if they come out and play, I think Liberty Iowa is going to be fine. I think you look at the record, or maybe people look at it, you go back to an Atlanta game and a Pittsburgh game that, like you say, were just sloppy. And at the end of the day, you look at it and feel like Liberty Iowa probably should have won those games. Now you look at the record, you have a completely different feeling when you look at it.
Correct.
That's the true identity of this LE team that's showing up tonight to play Malakoff, I think. And I do think, like you say, if they come out, play mistake-free football, don't get into some of those same things that at the beginning of the year were some growing pains because
for sure.
You didn't have the quarterback and you didn't have all those center QB exchanges and those things. Come out tonight, play a clean football game. The athletes on the field, the scheme that Brad Willard and his team run, and then the way that defense swarms to the ball, I think Liberty Iowa will be fine as long as they just show up and play.
Like you said, I think LE, just from a distance, from me watching them this year, I think they didn't know who they were early on, and I think they look like they know who they are, these last few weeks, and I think that helps them going into the playoffs.
Well, I will say big part of that is getting a stable guy in at quarterback.
Yeah.
Huntley Fisher, while he may not have the huge, numbers or whatever, he's been a great game manager. He's been put in a spot to where he really didn't know the offense that much. It's his first year in the system. He's coming off of an injury where he had surgery just in July. I mean, so to get him in there and get some continuity at the quarterback position and have some consistency there, I think it's helped a lot. And then obviously adding guys like Ty Hawkins and having Arian Taylor is, obviously a thing
Absolutely.
that is a blessing. But I think, them finding something that was consistent along the season kind of helped out. And hopefully tonight we can play our best game of the year.
And keep in mind, Liberty Iowa is super young.
Super young. Yeah.
Super young. Next year, they will be the team you have to go watch on a Friday night. They are young. In 2 years, I believe they can win it.
We even threw out the freshman quarterback Friday night, and he threw for over 100 yards. Well, it was Sabine, but any guy that's a freshman that can step in and go 8 for 8 with over 100 yards, hey.
People are still doing Sabine
What's his
dirty
name?
these days. We were doing them dirty 25 years ago.
Yeah, well, and
What's
I'll
his
tell
name,
you,
Tyler?
KD Lewis is his name. KD Lewis. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think this year in 3A, anybody in 3A ought to know every game you let Liberty Iowa get some experience in the playoffs this year, you're going to pay for it.
And I wonder next year what Brad's mindset's going to be on his scheduling. I personally, Carthage has to come off the schedule. I just don't see I don't see a benefit. I understand he came in late. I understand why that happened, that last one. But in my opinion, Carthage, there's no point in playing them. I would leave probably Henderson on there, but at that point, could you play in Arkansas High? What's the game you would replace Carthage with?
Definitely help on travel if they played Arkansas.
Yeah, I mean, it would be my biggest thing for, let's say, Liberty. Right now, nobody's playing each other.
Yeah.
I think no matter if they're good, bad, or decent, the stands are going to be full. And I really do believe we owe our kids that in Texarkana.
And I do think
play just for that. And I mean, it's an exciting game. When Liberty Iowa went over, and then the next season, when they played Pleasant Grove, the stands were full.
Yeah.
Always.
If they hadn't have played them that year per se, they would not have played a game where the stands were full. Let's give these kids something every year, no matter what.
And I do think those are two comparable, competitive teams. Size-wise, Arkansas is not just that much bigger than.
And Arkansas should be pretty good next year.
Yeah, they should be. And so, I think that'll be a good.
Jay says AT controls the game for
he
for
does.
LE, and he says that the defense has stepped up for the last 3 weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah, they forced turnovers in every game the past few weeks. A couple of them for scores, pick sixes, scooping scores, whatever. But our defense they've played well all year. They've just been put in some bad situations at times. But overall, the defense has done a phenomenal job. And so shout out to them.
All right. Well, who you got tonight?
I'm going with the Aloe, of course.
All right. I'm just seeing if we're going to catch you slipping.
Kale.
Grit.
A 6:30 start tonight, which is the
6:30.
oddest start I've seen.
Maybe the first playoff game of the year.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just
Billy
saying.
Lavender?
Yeah.
Um,
I'm always looking for the hype train.
Yeah.
There's some out in the Panhandle that are starting at 4. They've got
okay.
some
Golly.
back-to-back games
hey,
tonight.
that'd
just
be a
around
game
Canyon.
killer for us.
Sorry.
When Coach sent me said 6:30, I said,
Yeah,
man,
but 4 o'clock there may be 7 here. It's so far away.
It ought to be.
when Coach sent me that 6:30 start, I said, this dude's trying to get the season over as fast as possible. And their season is coming to an end tonight. They're playing 2-8 Brownsboro, and there isn't a whole lot nice to say. They're
Basketball school,
they're
man.
having a tough year. I look for. I want to be. I've never called a football game before. Jay's out of town, so I'm gonna be calling one with Matt Fry. Thank God he does most of the talking. But should be an exciting quarter and a half, maybe.
It'll be an interesting game.
If
This
that-
What do you,
this was really one of those things that came out of nowhere. We thought, hey, we're going to be in Mount Pleasant. We're playing Bullard. I mean, that was kind of done a couple of weeks ago, and then Brownsboro just boat raced Bullard.
well, I was listening to the Morgan had posted the post game interview. It was either you or Jay with Josh, and some things weren't known, and they were talking about maybe an upset, whatever, and I didn't know what it was, and then that came out, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, we were watching the Center Russ game last week because, again, Center comes in and they're a 20-point favorite, and they were down with 3 minutes left in the game. If Rusk had won, the whole thing would have been blown up again. We'd been playing Center somewhere between here and there. And so we knew this was a possibility. We knew it was, we were going to be at home. If it was Brownsboro last week, a couple of things had to happen. But, yeah, 2 weeks ago, Josh told us, hey, there's no possible way we're having a home game and all this. My guys completely got everything out of the stadium, winterized. And then I was like, hey, fellas, guess what? Let's roll. We're going to be back for a home game. But it's exciting, and it's always good when you get to host a playoff game at home. I wish they would do 4A the way that they do 5 and 6, where you get the automatic home playoff game, because it's hard to find a neutral site these first couple of weeks. But it'll be an exciting time. Yes, a Brownsboro team that on paper you look at it is going to come in overmatched. They've got some players. They got that stuff. And you joke, Morgan, about a quarter and a half. Here's the problem. You got to play a full football game in the playoffs.
I know.
The last several weeks, we've got extra guys in all of these games, and at some point, you have to balance that. Well, why are y'all keeping your first guys out there to, well, my gosh, these guys weren't ready to play in the third and fourth quarter, and how do you balance that? You don't want to look like a jerk, but at the same time, you got to win football games in November.
It's a danged if you do, danged if you don't, because everybody's going to second guess you no matter what you do, whether you play your starters for 3.5 quarters or whether you bring in your subs early. They're going to be like, well, you didn't get, that's going to be the test, is what Coach Gibson and his staff do. Because I know we've talked about it on the air about Texas High the last couple of weeks. Is you're beating this team 50-0, but you still you hadn't played the game in 2.5 weeks, and you're going into the playoffs. So what do you do? So it's going to be a balance of and I'm sure they've got a game plan and for that.
Yeah, and once again, this team's looking like they do late in the year. Just looking unstoppable. I do think they probably need to play guys 3 quarters if possible. It's probably at this point. It's playoffs. You can't worry about another team's feelings, but historic year on offense. Colt started out slow. Just 100%. I was not impressed first couple weeks. Ends up breaking the touchdown record for touchdowns in a season. Looking unbelievably great right now.
He has consistently got better over when he first started out compared to that first game that was live to last week. He's totally different.
Coming into new school, new system, new, you got to give him a little leniency, but to someone that's gotten better every week.
In Texarkana, there's a few places where like Longview Lobos, like where I'm from, like there is a absolute standard that the fans hold you to. In Texarkana, we are used to having good football and good quarterback play at our 3 Texas schools. So, like, when you come in, like, what all we've had the last few years, when's the last time Texas had a bad quarterback? I mean, think about it.
Oof.
I mean, like, you can go from, let's see, Brayson McHenry when game day started. I'm sorry, Ryan Sellers, game day started. Then Brayson McHenry, Cody Reese.
David J.
You go to David J. And Cam Reitner breaks all their records. I mean, like, think about, like, at this point, like, they have some sort of system at Texas High that is churning out great quarterbacks. You look at Pleasant Grove. So we start off with Ben Harmon, 2-time state champion, went 3 times. I mean, arguably the most decorated football player in Texarkana history, arguably. We go from Ben to Jalen, I believe. Jalen to Kari. I mean, who probably wasn't a true quarterback, but Duke could ball.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
for sure.
broke a lot of records. Then you go to Halter. Now we're here with Colt.
And another.
And
Halter
we'll have
behind
another
him.
Halter after Colt. And he's looked good this season. You know?
He may be. I mean, you got incredible athletes all the side on that family on the football field. He may end up being the best of those.
I tell you something I really enjoyed watching this year, that if you'd have told me at the beginning of the year, like, hey, this dude's – not that I didn't think he wasn't going to have a good season, but I wouldn't have expected him to have such a big impact as Walker Wright.
Oh.
Like, the position he's in is a position he should be playing.
He don't miss. You throw it to him, he don't miss.
Well, I mean,
Well,
the kid
it's
the first day-
the backside blocks, too, dude. He's swolled up
Right.
now.
Yeah,
I mean,
he is. And the thing is he could play several different positions.
Yeah.
You know.
Here's
and
the
excel.
biggest thing about that, and here's why it makes an impact. One, it makes an impact. You see it on the field. He's going to learn his position. He's put in the time in the weight room. He's going to catch the ball and move when he needs to. He's faster than he looks. But two, he's the backup quarterback. He's the guy there. Oh, he may want to be the next one, and he comes to coach and says, "Hey, let me go do something else that's going to help my team. I'm going to be a senior." Knows he's a baseball kid, right, and all that. But hey, I want to come out here. I want to make an impact for my team. That's the leadership side of it that you're not going to see. That's some of that when you do have a new quarterback in the huddle and everything's getting flustered. You got that dude right there that's like, hey, here's where we are. And the leadership of him and KJ Greer, especially early in the season on that offensive unit, I think is what helped that thing gel together. And that's it. You take the attitude that Walker has, because he's not scared to hit you in the mouth either. And he doesn't look like he's going to be that dude when you just see him walking
He's a
around.
quiet
and it's
assassin.
like, crosses the lines out on that field, and he's like, hey, let's go play some football. And I think when you take that attitude in there, I think that's something that the coaches can point to and say, look, you may not be the guy that's going to show up on the MVP list on game day, but you're going to help this team get better, and that's a lesson that everybody on a football team can follow.
And to piggyback that as well is great kid, great family. A lot of that starts at home, and upbringing, but – You would be surprised on not just everybody says, oh, he's a good kid, that's a great job but you would be surprised of how that trickles around into the team as they say, hey, if he can do something like that, I want to give what I can to the team, and it just breeds.
Yep.
And I know that Josh preaches that, and kudos to them, but man, great kid, and he's had a hell of a year.
yeah, he has. And I tell you, his biggest game will be round 3 of the playoffs. You mentioned KJ Greer.
Physical.
Gibson, Josh described him to me, which I thought was a huge compliment, is I'm going to say probably, but I think he used the word his best lineman he's had at Pleasant Grove, which is saying a lot.
I believe that.
I think him on the backside of Colt, Walker Wright, blocking on obvious passing plays, I think it's going to give Colt a lot of time against what's going to be a really good Carthage team they're going to see in round 3. And, I mean, let's be honest, they're going to see them in round 3. I don't see anybody competing with Pleasant Grove until that Carthage game. And that'll be the state championship, in my opinion. I just don't think anybody on the other side of the bracket or this side of the bracket can compete with, like, they are the clear best 2 teams in the state. And it's going to be a packed house for that one. But Walker Wright will play a huge role in that game,
Do we have
protecting
any
Colt.
insight about where we think they would play, or
Yeah.
don't want to talk about it yet?
Well, Longview is not taking playoff games this
Right,
year.
they're doing some renovations at Lobo.
Huh.
Yeah, so it'll probably be at Pine Tree.
I got you.
You know,
That was a perfect place for it. You know,
but I think it would be fair. I think if Carthage was like, you know, we know they're not fair, but let's just imagine they were fair. They have played them, Pine Tree, Marshall, Longview. Okay. In my opinion, it's a little bit closer to them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, why don't y'all come up here and play at Grimm? You played a playoff game at Grimm before.
at night.
Why don't y'all come up here and play at Grimm?
Ooh.
I think I think Gibson should be like, hey, we're going to flip you for this since you're going to want to play in Longview anyway. All right, well, let's throw Grimm on here, and it may not work that way. I may be wishful thinking, but
I'll provide fireworks if they'll do that.
it'd be this place would be packed.
No, it would be.
And I mean, I could see Surratt maybe possibly kind of liking that, being from this area, coaching there. It'd be a great environment.
Let's call him.
That's all I'm saying. It's not my call.
Morgan doesn't call them; he just calls them out.
Sounds about right too.
Well, they have a good football team. I saw them play Kilgore earlier on this year. I mean, they look good. They're big, fast. I know they've been exposed a little bit, the DB position, and we have a quarterback that can throw it deep this year.
And some receivers that can go get it.
Yeah, and there's some teams. I mean, Athens over here in East Texas is.
I tell y'all,
Legit.
They're pretty good too.
one more player we kind of have to talk about. Historic year. He's tied Landon Jackson's MVP award on defense, Jalen Foster. I haven't looked at the stats, like season stats, but he's got to be getting close to breaking a bunch of stuff. Like he's having a crazy year.
He's very close to it. The biggest thing is when you see a big play on defense, if you look up, you're going to see 15 somewhere close to what's going on. Be it forcing a fumble, interceptions going on out there, big hits, back in the backfield, providing pressure or sacking the quarterback. You're going to see that, and it's just kind of one of those things. Like every time you look up, you're like, oh, that's the problem. Jalen's out there causing problems for somebody, and it is noticeable when it's out there, and it's kind of like how your offensive line gives you some time when you're on offense. It's the secondary and those guys on the top side give you just a little bit of time where the quarterback has to hold it a little bit longer, and now you got somebody like Jalen that can come in. But that hybrid position of being able to get in the backfield but also cover in kind of that no man's lane in the middle of the field, it's pretty cool to be able to watch.
He's got a motor. I was
Just a
telling
nice kid.
Gibson and I were talking about it. I was like, you can't really compare anybody to Landon and Marcus, but Kedra and Jalen sure are looking good.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
And Smith is a sophomore? Or?
yeah,
Kedra,
man.
Jay said Nick Bells gets to 1,000 a night.
Yep, he certainly has an opportunity to do that, and that's one of those things. You got a three-headed monster back there at tailback, so we have not had that guy that's getting fed all the time. But yeah, Nick Bells ought to be able to pass that, and he again is one of those that every time you hand him the ball,
Could go all the way.
break it and run down. I haven't seen anybody, me watching and calling games, I have not called anybody with the ability to stop and then be at full speed again since some kid wearing number 6 for Liberty Ilo back a few years ago in LaMichael James. That's the last time I've seen somebody with that amount of just stop and go that Nick Bells has. It's pretty fun to watch.
Well, let's switch it over to Texas High. They have 5-5 Lake Creek coming up, and my buddy Chris McCullough is like, man, they need to do away with there's too many people in the playoffs. I need to do away with the 4 seed. Well, I think 4A and below, I don't think you're going to see, if any. There were 24 4 seeds defeat 1 seeds last year, and I think 22 of them were 5A and above. Okay, so it's not happening in small school football. But Lake Creek isn't a bad football team. I talked to Jerry about it. I've done some stuff. Like, when you get into this round, like Texas High, they have a tough road to state.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, so they got Lake Creek, then they'd have Midlothian Heritage, then they'd have P&G, then they'd have to beat Sauk. Like, are they going to have to play every top 5 team on the way?
Every single one.
It's a tough road to hoe, but
man, this game will be on NFHS. Billy and Jeremy will be on the call. It'll be a game day production. Doty's going to be producing it. 5 years in a row, home games, first round of playoffs. If I remember right, maybe 4. I remember the year they went to Terrell, right? Or Terrell came here. No, Terrell didn't come here. They played them somewhere. But this senior class come out, man, like just you have a guy you're probably going to be seeing play on Sundays in T-ball. Cam Reitner.
Swiss Army knife.
Somebody put on Facebook the other day, and I hadn't really considered it. This is Cam Reitner may be the best athlete to come through Texas High in a long, long time. If you look at, he did it on defense last year. Was a top performer. He's a great punter. He moves to quarterback, and he's been nothing but great. And Jerry will tell you, the 4 picks First Midlothian Heritage were on him. Well, we're on Jerry just because he was putting him in situations that he was uncomfortable with. He has 6 on the year. You take that game out. I mean, he has played flawless football.
Yeah, that wasn't a good game for anybody. But yeah, to speak on that, and if you would have asked Cam before the year started what he wanted to do, he wanted to stay at receiver. He was. I mean, he was a hell of a receiver.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of pressure to be a quarterback at Texas. They have their own quarterback hating section at Texas High, where all they do is hate on the quarterback.
No doubt. But he has come in and just been a superstar. And the thing about it is and I think they put him in really, really great positions. I think the coaching staff does. And you always have to give that offensive line, because he's always got a ton of time. But you see him go through his progressions and go from his 1 to his 2 to his 3. And Cam does it with a calmness. A lot of people get happy feet in the pocket and things like that, but he literally is, and then he'll just take off and run if he doesn't like something.
And that's one of the things when you have somebody that's that good of an athlete. That's why you can be calm that much, because Plan B is about as scary as Plan A, and so just that little clock in the head. Okay, can I get it somewhere? Is that open? Is that open? Is that open? No. Okay, if all of those are covered, that means I've got some space to move from back here in the pocket, and all of a sudden now he's giving you problems running the ball.
And to me, I think it's good to have a Midlothian Heritage game like he had, because if something does happen in the playoffs and he throws an early pick or an early 2 picks or something, it's like, hey, I've been here before. It's no big deal. Let's just get back in, So I think, but here's another thing. We can give him all the credit in the world, but he has the best receiver staff that I've seen go through Texas High, and there have been, you go back to Kobe Webster's, and you go back to the Teves, and you go back to the Sellers, and all these guys, and they've had some pretty damn good ones, but man, they've got from T-Ball to Shavonte Montgomery Booney to X-Powell, and I mean they just keep going, and he's got a ton of people, and then you throw in a Sanders Wiggins or the Norton kid, at tight end, and man, I think I could throw some TDs back there, man. And my rotator cuff ain't very good. So,
Doty told me he could play QB for this team.
Well, I mean, Doty's tall enough to see on the line. I'm not really tall enough to see on the line, but any redhead's a good athlete.
Oh man.
There you go.
Right, buddy?
That's right.
No,
That's
Buddy was
right.
number 51. He wasn't balling.
I was a center.
I ain't never known nobody wear 51 that could ball.
Yeah, but the Texas High defense has gotten
Coming
better
from a guy
all
who
year.
played at Springfield.
Throwing a couple of shutouts in, and
regional champions.
you look at those
Redwater
linebackers.
of
I'm you might not have been by district champion. That might have came after your playing
Redwater
days.
of Long. What are you talking? And,
Yeah, but there's a reason they call you Buddy by district.
no, they don't call me that.
I
They
see.
definitely don't call me that.
They call you Buddy by district Shelton. No. Don't act like that. That's what Frank Gallagher calls you.
Well, he says a lot of stuff.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
No, I was saying the Tiger D's gotten bigger and better every week, and they're just they're so super fast, and man, it's been fun to watch, because a lot of people were hating on them at the first of the year.
Yeah, I might have been one of them.
Yeah, no, I mean it's fine.
I didn't know what was going on.
They might have deserved it, but man, I'm telling you, those coaches, Hawk and AJ, and they've gotten those guys to buy in, and man, I'm telling you, they're flying to the ball. The defensive line that's good rotates several guys in and keeps them fresh, and you look at running back. We don't talk a whole lot about him this year, Ahmad Moore. He'll go over 1,000. Has he already gone over 1,000? If he hadn't, he'll go over 1,000 tomorrow night. But man, you look at his backup, Sam Cross, coming in running really, really hard, got 3 tutties on the year, and they just keep plugging people in. But I think it all starts lots of prima donnas, but it all starts on that offensive line and defensive
they do have a
line.
great
I mean,
offensive line.
they've really played well this year.
That will be the only Friday game being played in Texarkana. Get out and see that. PG tonight at 6:30.
Two home playoff games back to back in Texarkana. You can come out and watch, and so come check them out.
Let's move down to Longview. Speaking of Chris McCullough earlier saying we don't need 4 seeds in Texas high school football, I have a guaranteed 4-1 win. Longview is going to beat Roulette. Longview, I was looking back. I cannot find the last – when they started the 4-seed stuff, Longview has never been a 4-seed.
Don't you know that that number 1 seed's like, golly, the
Yeah,
one team that we don't want to play,
Well, I mean, I don't know if they want any of anybody in that district. Longview has 4 losses by a combined total of 11 points.
That's crazy.
Yep.
And a couple of them had just completely won in the fourth quarter. And
I mean, that against, what is it, North Forney? That quarterback whose name, Legend Bay.
Legend Bay.
Hey, that dude ain't committed to Ohio State the other day.
Yep.
Can ball.
He can ball, for
They
sure.
they ran this play. I was watching it. I was watching the stream. They go 5 wide. I mean, everybody's on a go route, and everybody's like looking up, like the ball's coming, putting their arm out, and 10 yards behind them, the quarterback is running, and no DB has turned around to look because they think the ball's coming. That's great. And I don't know how many rushing yards he had that game, but he had to have had like 300 or 400. In the second half. It was nuts. And they were down 21 points, I think. Does that sound right, Dodie? And came back and won 55 or 56-55. Longview, like, this is like a frank mistake. 2 of those losses to number 1 teams in their states too. So being South Oak Cliff and the
Ruston.
Louisiana.
So remember Victory Plus came out?
Oh yeah.
All right, so we're partnering with Victory Plus on this. This game will not be on NFHS. It will be on Victory Plus. You'll have
get it for free.
yes, I believe so. Let me
Yeah,
so we're like
usually-
we're the
usually
first crew to actually do the. It is free.
Yeah.
All right, it is free. So we're the first crew to actually work with Victory Plus, which is like came a long way since 19. That's kind of a, I guess a big deal to us. Victory Plus chooses us to, hey, we want y'all to do this for us, kind of thing. And the main thing, it's free. It's one of the reasons we were like, hey, because truth be told, financially, this is not very good for us. We're getting
Playoffs usually in. Right?
yeah, we're getting taken advantage of pretty bad on this one, even worse than the other one. But you'll have Chuck Zach, Frank Sides, Keaton Daniels on the call. They're playing roulette at their home stadium. Do not feel bad for those guys for the beating they're about to take. But this is my, you take this to the bank. If you bet on high school football, Longview is beating roulette as the 4 seed. So I can remember back whenever Longview was in a 4-team district and 3 teams went.
Yeah.
It was both Tyler schools, Lufkin and Longview. Longview, I went back as far as I can go. They've never been the last seed.
Wow.
Which is crazy considering like they've never missed the playoffs.
Right.
And you go back to the days when there were only 2 schools get in, and that's the only time, so somebody Ashley Pickle from Dave Campbell Magazine has Longview picked to win that region. 6-4 Longview
Holy cow.
picked to win that region, play South Lake Carroll, see who plays for state again.
Not a stretch.
No, it's
Yeah,
not
I
a
was
stretch.
gonna say,
Hey,
and that's you can
that North Forney quarterback, Frank, keep in mind, like where we have to cover an area, Frank gets to cover one school, and like he knows everything about it, and according to him, where they can get beat is if you have a rushing quarterback.
Gotcha.
Like that's when they're most vulnerable. But Longview gets the win Friday night. I'm going to take it to the bank. Let's move on. Thursday game at Pine Tree. New Boston's playing Edgewood. 6-4 New Boston versus 8-2 Edgewood. 7:30 tonight. Once again at Pine Tree. New Boston didn't finish the year great. We lost 2 straight. Is that right, buddy? Mm-hmm. So it would have been Hooks and who'd they play last week?
Dangerfield.
Dangerfield.
Yeah.
But hopefully get the win tonight. DeKalb, another Thursday game in Sulphur Springs, 7 p.m. start versus Grand Saline. These games may be on NFHS. We don't have the staffing to do them, so I'm not sure if anyone else is or not. Good luck to DeKalb tonight. And then we got tomorrow night. Hooks likes to play on Friday in Prairie Land.
Yeah.
Prairie Land?
Odd place, yeah.
Very odd. Have you been to Prairie Land?
Yes, and I don't like going over there either.
Okay,
In the middle of nowhere.
I mean, if we had to stream the game, we could.
They have very nice facilities.
I don't say their facilities are nice. They actually just built a new the field house.
Are they the
on end of the
Patriots?
field.
Is that yeah?
Patriots,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those weird things. You're driving down 271, all of a sudden you're like, "What is that?" Oh,
Am I thinking of somewhere else?
No, so
Yeah.
You
I'm,
can,
right outside of Paris.
you can eat at
Between
Wheezy's.
Paris
right?
and Mount Pleasant.
Your Paris game day covers them.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah,
I'm trying to.
Blossom.
Am I think?
Blossom.
is where you would
You take a
Yeah,
left
Blossom.
at Blossom.
Blossom. You can eat at Wheezy's.
Yeah, get you a good burger.
I must be thinking of another stadium
But
then up there.
It's a brand new turf field, brand
Yeah.
new facilities. It's really pretty over
All
there.
right, well, scratch what I
they've done
said.
some really good job.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
Blossom
thinking-
is where Jan Anderson is from.
Okay.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Fun fact.
Random fact.
Yeah, that's tying it to PG.
Today's random fact of the day brought to you by Billy Lavender and Diamond Bank.
Buddy, tell me about this game a little bit. I'm sure you
so-
know more about Lone Oak than we do.
Yeah, so they're they're the third seed in their district. They're really kind of comparable to DeKalb. They kind of run the same kind of offense, same scheme. So I don't really. I mean, just kind of looking over a few things that I've looked at this week, and then hearing from other people talk too. I think our offense can really thrive against their defense. So I kind of look for we beat them by 3 scores or so. That's just kind of what I'm seeing. So
Birdwell, 2,000 yards already.
Yep.
yes, he did.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Man, I feel like we've been watching him play for the first year of game day. He probably gets tired of me telling the story. But I remember taking when me and Landon went out to New Boston. They were doing like Little League championship games. And I'll never forget it because Landon was signing people's bare skin with Sharpie, signing dirty socks. It was really nasty. But I got to see a young Rip Birdwell play. And I remember telling someone like, that's the best Little League player I've ever seen in my life. And also the dude who was at DeKalb a couple of years ago.
Weary.
What was his name?
Weary. Caden Weary.
Is that who I'm thinking about?
That's it.
Who was the running back at DeKalb that had the
Or it might have been Winky Williams.
Winky?
Winky.
Yeah,
Winky was as big then as he is probably right now.
Right.
And they played each other.
Yeah.
And somebody told me like Winky had not been tackled the entire season, but Rip played linebacker on the other side of the field.
Right.
He was having none of it. I can't remember who won, but I do remember saying like, "Hey, that kid," because they were running a spread offense in Little League.
Yeah.
Like Rip was, I mean, I haven't seen a better Little League player than him still, and I don't go to Little League games anymore. But dude,
I think one of the Pleasant Grove teams won the Super Bowl.
Yes.
I've seen somebody that's not that floating around on
Both
Facebook.
of them did.
Oh, okay.
all right, if we're gonna say that, I got somebody from New Boston said if we're gonna talk about it, you get their flag football team won also. Bubba Adcock said we gotta talk about
All
it
right.
too.
Well, hey, yeah, give them kids the props.
But anyway,
Yeah.
where we're talking about Hooks. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Rip can ball. He still can ball. But I feel like I've been watching him play forever.
Oh, it's been a long time, and actually, it's kind of funny. I don't even know. It was one of the game day posts that y'all put on there, but when you touch it, it automatically takes you to a message or something. Like you were on a message game day. Like
Oh, yeah.
one of them kind of posts. I don't remember what it was, but I had remember messaging you like back in 2020, and I sent you a video of him throwing a pass in like 7th grade. That's how long it's been.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of sad to see him leave.
Yeah, I'd say that about kind of like that big group of seniors that they have there between him and Jasper. I mean, those are guys that have kind of been on that team for a very long time now and have been key staples on the defense, especially at the linebacker position. And so,
He
it's
really
gonna be
brings
weird.
out-
It's going to be weird. to
He
not
brings
see
out
him.
his dad's personality too. We get to see a little personality.
Yeah, we're senior. It's a senior loaded team. Senior loaded team, and then we
I like
also.
Coach Burwell. but-
Oh yeah, and we also got this to mention 1,000-yard rusher with Kayvon Stigger.
Yeah.
So Kayvon
And
plays
he
a big
returns
part.
next year too, doesn't he?
Kayvon is a junior. He'll be back next year.
Yeah, and he missed like 3 games this year.
He
maybe
sure
even
did.
more than that. I mean, he missed most of the season and still was balling out all
Hmm.
year. So
Yeah. Atlanta versus Winsboro, and like I had to double check. They're playing in Winsboro.
Let me just say something real quick about that game. Our friends over at the net or whatever it is, they give ATL no credit. They picked Winsboro.
Net.
What's the Nets?
Oh, Northeast Tech
Yeah,
Sports.
yeah.
Okay.
They give the other night on their show. They gave ATL no credit. I had to get on.
I
there
think
and
they
talk a
cover.
little trash.
I think they like do some Winsboro stuff.
Oh, there were nothing but Winsboro fans. And I told them, I said, "Hey, yeah, I think y'all barking up the wrong tree here."
Yeah. So Atlanta's losses: Pleasant Grove. Who's their Dangerfield, right?
Gladewater.
Gladewater. Hey, Gladewater. I don't know what's going on with Gladewater. Like that,
They're good. They're good. They're good.
They are good. I don't know why they're good. I know that sounds crazy to say, but like I didn't know they had any kind of group coming. Normally, like because they were bad last year.
Well, no, they were bad, but even when we played them last year with how good we were last year, they were competitive in that game. Like it wasn't a layover type game when we went down there last year. So I knew they were going to be good, and they hired an assistant coach as the head coach, and I guess he's instilled some belief in the guys, and they're playing hard.
Didn't Longview game day do a little video segment on it?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, that's where I watched it the other day. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a pretty good little segment.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Gladewater. It's nice to see them back on top. But this Atlanta Winsboro game, I'm assuming Winsboro still has the 10-8 kid or whatever he is.
yeah, and going to Gladewater, they're kind of the reason why they're like really talented is because of the coach, but also they're one of the most experienced teams
Yeah.
left in this region. That's the biggest thing is this region's really young. Malakoff's young,
Everybody.
Ellie's young,
Yeah.
Atlanta's young. Everybody is young, and so Gladewater and Winsboro, like they're experienced, and so that's like there's 5 different teams to pick to come out of this region. Like it's just kind of very unexpected and like up in the air right now. So it's just it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, they still have the same kid at Winsboro.
That's why we pay Doty the big bucks.
Golly.
Go see, well,
Like,
at
Miller
least-
needs to slide in this spot up here.
Hire you someone that loves it. You know?
Sure, no doubt.
Yeah, I think they've got some players. Even when they came and played us first game of the season, you're like, they got some.
Hey, that one kid is going to he's going to end up being a top 25 player in the country by the time he graduates.
he's-
Whaley.
Yeah.
Yeah, Whaley can
Like
play.
He's a
not
dude.
only can he ball, like he looks the part.
Oh, yeah.
You don't always; those don't always go together.
Exactly.
But I'm taking Atlanta. Not going to get me to pick Winsboro. I don't care for Winsboro.
I think Winsboro's got a lot of other things going on outside of the field when it comes to football and everything else too, and you can like it or don't like it, but that kind of stuff I think affects everything that happens. And I think on the field Atlanta's probably a little bit better, and I think maybe just some of those distractions. Winsboro may just be ready to get football season over with.
Got to remember, Winsboro was #1 in the state at one point, according to Dave Campbell's,
And we played them a 7-point game.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And then they got mollywopped by Commerce, the next week.
and,
Yeah.
and it's been downhill ever since. So I don't know. That it's gonna be a good game. I think Winsboro has Atlanta's number the past 3 or 4 years in the first round. So Atlanta might be coming for for the get back.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that game's tomorrow at 7 p.m. I would bet. No, I know that Rabbit TV is doing that game.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Aaron Whitehead and his staff. I'm gonna be. Normally on a Friday night, I'll have an earpiece in listening to another game, which I'll go back between the Longview and Atlanta games. Appreciate Rabbit TV for doing that. And then in my opinion, probably the most dangerous team in 3A is Dangerfield.
Oh.
7-3 Dangerfield, losses to a 9-1 Gladewater team. They ranked? They got to be, I would assume.
What seed are they?
1 seed.
One.
And then PG, number 2 ranked team in the state 4A Division 2, took a loss to them, and then a random loss to Tatum to start the year. Tatum's 3-7. I don't really know how to explain that one, but Dangerfield's doing what they do, and I would kind of feel bad for Harmony. I didn't write down like when this game's being played, but I would bet money it's today. That dude loves playing
It
on
is today.
Thursday.
It is today.
Yeah.
And it's going to be one-sided big time.
Well, I mean, Dangerfield's just doing what Dangerfield does, getting ready to go on a deep playoff run. I mean, and some of these kids, Pleasant Grove had bigger line on both sides of the ball. The players were just, the team was just bigger. I don't know how else to explain. I don't want it to come as I'm hating on Dangerfield in any way, but like they just didn't have enough people to compete with Pleasant Grove that night. But they have more than enough for this run they're about to go on.
I think they've got athletes all over the field, and that is, you get into 3A ball, you get 4 or 5 guys that can go, and it's a difference maker.
Yeah, I mean, you like 3A is you start to get in that range. Like if you had a LaMichael James, a Trey Carson, like
problems,
like one guy can. I always say, like in Texas high school football, which I do think it's different in other places. It's very rare in Texas to have, all right, one guy is going to win you a state championship. I mean, you like have that. He's so great, and I can literally probably think of who I would put in that category. One of them is going to be
Jordan
the
no doubt. That was in
Whittington.
Yeah, I hadn't been to a high school football game in probably a decade before that game. I went to that game, and I remember like before the game started, I was with the dude, and I remember pointing like, "That's the dude's the reason they're here," and was he ever? But then I would go with like a Terry Bussey.
Oh
yeah, no doubt.
You know, and I'm sure there's, I can go like back to the Midland Lead days and go with old boy that played running back at Texas. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he passed a few years ago. What was his name? I feel like it's so disrespectful that I can't remember it right now. I played against him. I played against Adrian Peterson too.
Cedric Benson.
Cedric Benson.
Yeah.
The best player I've ever. It was like this dude's uniform had Vaseline on it. Like you just could not do nothing with this dude. But anyway, that was a big night when he came to Longview and played. Got a little playing time in that game early in career. But anyway, switching over to some college football.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the center of the universe is revolving around Texas this week.
Unless you wanted to go ahead and skip it to college basketball, I'd be okay with that. But no, go ahead.
Texas, Georgia. My wife's like, "Hey, let's go to Commons Saturday and do all that." And I was messaging Cody, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll tell you what time we're gonna come." And I was like, "Dude, Texas plays Georgia. I'm not coming." So she's gonna have to make some other kind of plans because that's what I'm gonna be doing.
It's football season, right?
We got 2 bad teams, Arkansas, LSU, playing this week. Y'all might go off this week. Can y'all beat a team with no coach?
They don't have a coach either.
Neither one of them has one.
Yeah, neither one of them has a coach.
I mean, but Bobby P kind of,
Probably a 3-point ball game.
It'll be a 3-point game.
A 3-point game.
Yeah, they have a
It'll be
trophy.
3-point game.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, the boot.
That's crazy.
he forgot what it looks like.
Keep
Back
sitting
when
on
they
the
would
other
play at
sideline.
War Memorial quite a bit, my grandmother would be an usher at those games, and when they came out with the boot, it was always around Thanksgiving back then because we had a
After
a proper
Thanksgiving.
country,
on Friday.
Now we don't, but it was. But she would take my cousin and I to those Razorback games. I mean, and we were little bitty kids, and I need to find it somewhere because we both had a picture standing down there with the boot on the field when they came out with it.
So I've stormed the field 3 times in my life.
Not surprised.
I'm sorry. I've stormed the field 3 times in my life against LSU, but I've stormed the field 6 times. But yeah, my first one was right there against
I'm gonna
LSU.
guess them here. Let me see if I can guess.
Okay.
One of them's for sure the Texas game.
Absolutely.
Okay. The Tennessee.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then you said there's 3 LSU games.
3 LSU games.
Give me the year of the next one.
Of the
6th one. Which one am I missing? Let me think.
one of
I can tell.
one of it was right after LSU. It was up.
Was it Tennessee twice?
No,
Okay.
I was not at that Tennessee game, but one of them was against Ole Miss. We had lost 17 straight.
That's right. I finally broke that. Okay, yeah.
17 straight
was there, right?
SEC games. No.
No, the other guy.
Bielema.
Yeah.
17 straight SEC games, and we played LSU at home, and they were top 10 team, and we beat them 17-0, and we stormed the field. And the next week we played like number 5 Ole Miss and beat them 31-0. and storm the field. Two games in a row,
That's
storm
awesome.
the
Boy,
field.
we're back.
That's
huh?
before you had to pay $3 million or whatever. That's why we don't have any NIL money.
So speaking while we're on LSU,
Mm-hmm.
I'm really starting to think Lane Kiffin's about to go to LSU, and I cannot think of a better choice
Did,
for LSU.
did
if
you
they can pull
see
that
that
off.
the betting favorite flopped from him to Saban yesterday?
There's no way Saban's coming back.
I don't think so either. But the betting I mean, it's
I don't
You
feel
know.
like Lane's going to go to LSU. I think he'll go somewhere, but it won't be.
Find
there.
me a better. Who would be a better fit for LSU than Lane Kiffin? The dude has the swag, like he does all the stuff his players play. Like he literally told his players to go jump in the stands the other week. Like
I get it.
LSU needs
He fits
that, man.
mold, but
Like Brian Kelly was not that dude. Like he needs to be at a Stanford, Notre Dame, something like that, where they have no swag. Like Lane, I get so tired of Notre Dame, but like
True story.
yeah. So do I.
Lane Kiffin is the dude right now in college football.
He
If
is.
you're at Ole Miss doing what he's doing, what
Who
could
would've
he, what
thought-
could he do with real
Who would have
resources?
thought 5 years ago, 6 years ago, that
Exactly.
Lane Kiffin would be
Yeah.
the guy again?
Redemption
You know.
story.
I mean, you look at Sark as well.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, I just don't think. I just can't see Saban coming back. Like, why come back?
He's
Yeah.
not.
And I feel
he's
like he
not.
left because he knew things were about to change. Like dominance was about to go out the window with this NIL stuff. I really do feel like that's the reason
Right.
if he comes back,
If
He loves what he's
if
doing
he comes
right
back,
now.
he knows something we don't know.
Well, if he comes back, it's because the school has said, "Hey, not only am I paying you this, but I've got you $55 million in NIL
Yeah.
here." That I mean,
He'll have a
it's-
general
I mean,
manager or
but
something.
that's how all of these
Yeah.
schools are gonna acquire. I mean, that's what Florida's trying to put together. That's what I mean. All these schools, it's not just. I mean, because you walk in and you tell a kid, okay, I'm Coach Saban, come play for me. Where he would have done that 5 years ago, another guy, Morgan Smith, walks in and says, hey, I've got you $4 million.
wish I
come
had.
play for me.
Wish I had $4 million.
Same.
All right, this is going to be a Doty question, and I know he'll know it. So, has Lane Kiffin? He was offered an additional $4 million a year. Does that sound right?
At Ole Miss.
At Ole Miss.
That does sound right.
Go ahead.
I think they're kind of doing what Indiana did with Signetti, trying to like give him some more money before he takes off to somewhere else. I don't know anything reported, but it's just a matter of
Every day. That was last week, I believe. I saw that. Every day that goes by that he has not signed that deal leads me to believe he's going to LSU. He's not going to go to Florida. I just can't see him taking that job.
You're going to say you see the the Ole Miss people going, oh, he'd never leave Ole Miss. That's how everybody feels about their program, and they don't understand how it is.
He's going to chunk deuces.
Yeah, no doubt.
Anyway, that's going to be it for us today. Y'all get out, support your high school football program, support them Horns on Saturday. I guess since we're talking about it just real quick, Oklahoma does play Alabama.
Boomer Sooner.
And I do believe they have a chance to win that game, and I think it'd be best for everybody if they did. What do you think, buddy?
I don't think Oklahoma can beat Bama. So,
Beat them last year.
man, I get that, but I just feel
think
like
it's
they're
not
kind of
good
on a
for
little.
Texas if OU wins.
Not good for Texas?
No, because if you lose to Georgia, Oklahoma beats
Yeah.
Alabama.
They
Texas
are
may get
losing
in
to
there.
Georgia.
Well, I don't
That's
think we're getting
happening.
in anyway.
Yeah, I don't either. But
I don't see us. I don't see us beating. I hate. I'm about to say this.
No,
I can't.
say-
I
just don't
can't.
say it.
I
Just
can't
don't
say
say
it. But I don't think with what we have left, we're going to be in the playoffs.
Were you going to say you don't think you'd beat Arkansas?
If we lose to Arkansas again, man,
You may
I'm
not
gonna tell you
get.
too
You may not
much.
get it. That may cost you getting in next year.
Yeah.
If you lose to Arkansas.
Speaking of Arkansas, though, Memphis coach. And then I saw Dabo Swinney.
Nah, just
Boy, he'd be an idiot to come to Arkansah.
Oh, Dabo.
Hey, he thinks he ain't got it going on in Clemson. Come to Arkansas. You ain't got nobody to
it's a
recruit.
demotion, huh?
Yeah. Hey, you
I
better
thought
think
we-
twice before you
I
come
thought
out here.
we had slid right by the Arkansas talk. I just
Well, who are the candidates? Who are the leading candidates?
Man, there's-
because I mean there is reports that he.
any reports you hear are not reports. They're just people talking, and anything that people talking are just to get more money for someone else somewhere else. So I don't know who the leading candidates are. I know they probably were trying to throw a pile at James Franklin, and I know they're trying to get several guys, but I'm scared at the end of the day we're going to have Petrino, and I don't want that. I want a fresh start. I want a fresh.
I don't think Franklin would be good for Arkansas. I believe you have to bring
That-
somebody in
I
that has
don't know.
a huge personality.
That sucker can turn a program around if he can win it.
but at Penn State, they had-
Vanderbilt, and he won
he
at
was
Penn
at
State.
Vanderbilt.
Yeah, he turned Vanderbilt around.
And Penn State was going through when he got there.
Yeah, but dude,
Yeah, they
the
were-
resources are going to be
mean,
completely different than Arkansas.
No, well, I mean, no,
parallel.
I don't think that's right. I think the resources are there. I think they're not allotted to that team.
Okay, I say your own AD said.
Yeah. No. You're right about that. But I'm saying is if a Franklin came, he would only come because he has a guarantee that the resources are there.
Hey,
He's
there is
not-
no
He's
re-
not coming. There's too many big jobs out there.
First off, let's just say this right quick. What insignia is on that Arkansas football field?
Wally World.
Okay, yeah. If I would call them and be like, you want your insignia on this field? You're going to have to give up some more.
You know what I would do?
Walmart almost gives more money to Missouri than they give.
You know what hey, call me wrong for this, but this is something I would do. I would get this. I'd get Target in there to bid on the stadium rights. Like, all right, y'all want to play these games?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
We'll put the arrow.
I mean, it's not going to happen.
Hey, but sometimes you better be grateful for what you got because you start messing around and Walmart pulls that money that they already give.
Well, then all the Arkansas people are going to hate them.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
true.
They're going to be
Then
like, hey, we're not going
then
to
they have Dollar General out there.
not going to Walmart anymore. A Dollar General probably that would be fitting.
a better.
That'd be fitting.
God, I knew that was coming.
We got you, Walmart. We got you.
Hey, but I did miss a few people, Nathan Jones and Quan Hampton. I missed a few guys
But
back
there's
when
been
I was
so many
saying,
come
yeah,
through, you're going to miss
yeah, no,
That happens, though. That happens.
yeah. that's
Anyway,
right.
Dodie, I appreciate you coming.
Yeah.
This morning I forgot to tell Dodie. I was just told him, hey, come on. And then,
Yeah, it was good to see Doty.
but hey, you ought to come every Thursday morning,
yeah,
Dodie.
yeah,
He's
not gonna guarantee
We're
it.
wrapping this up.
yeah.
All right. Everybody get out, watch some football. Great week.